said.
Staying long this time?
Вони, до речі, пофіксили вже вібрацію. У мене геймпад не перетворюється в вібратор кожен раз, коли я натискаю на якісь кнопки. Так, 185, 185. Ну можна забрати вже предмети. Чого не забирається? Тільки один можна? Мені жодне не подобається.
Ah, there you are, Clive. Word of your adventures arrived this morning. Victor sent his thanks.
I doubt Kupka will miss the fools he sent to catch me. And not a single one of the bearers we saved showed any interest in coming with us. No one seems keen to join hands with an outlaw. Any news while we were away?
None worth mentioning. Gav's still off keeping an eye. Should be back any day now.
Understood.
Still can't work that one out. There must be better places than that.
Yeah, this is where, and I'm sure she...
До речі, виявилось, що оті 15 годин, які я награв, фактично це пролог. Тобто зараз гра починається, власне.
I trust I'm not intruding.
Back from your mission? I'm beginning to think your habit of surviving cannot be attributed to luck alone.
One might say the same of you.
I'll have you know that only 4 attempts have been made on my life. So, could it be that you've...
Is that so hard to believe?
Very well then. Shall we start with the state of the realm? To absolutely no one's surprise, she finds herself at the mercy of armies and outlaws. Well, mostly armies. Though that's not for want of trying, is it, Clive? But the real question is, how did we get here? Long though Sambrek's dominion over northeastern Storm has endured, recent days have seen the Blight wrest ever more land from her grasp. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But Odin would sooner pawn his sword than Waloed relinquish Ash. And the Empire pays dearly for every blade of grass bent beneath Sambrequois boots. Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on the crystalline dominion, an altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor. A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world. Certainly, there is no better place to stage an army. From there, the Holy Empire's reach spans the Twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind. The Holy Empire, the Dhalmekian Republic, the Kingdom of Waloed, and of course, our friends in Yaran. Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
You were born in Twinside. Do you not fear for your home?
Oh, yet in spite of it all, she now. As to the matter of
Even.
return this volume to old tomes in the shelves.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to visit our resident historian.
Ось у мене було таке відчуття на іншій карті, але на деяких картах тут дуже не вистачає невеликої димки, типу, яка від тебе все сильніше і сильніше. Вона б створювала відчуття глибини. А так, бачите, там, де вода закінчується, там взагалі немає ніякого ефекту диму. Через це картинка доволі плоско виглядає. І не кажучи про те, що на воді немає ніякого відображення від об'єктів. Наприклад, ось цей великий диск, здалека, він просто пропадає і все.
Lawsman Harpocrates.
Now that, welcome home.
I believe this belongs to you.
Already? Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same. That said, I have, but without access to the...
Please.
I fear it is not. Mayhap we look in the wrong place.
I'll see what I can...
You are too kind.
Not to. Always got a pocket for him.
Hush now. We'll...
The twins seem well.
Aye. Yet they laugh far too little for once. The loss of their parents weighs. Titan took much from us, and the wounds that remain.
Which is why we must keep...
That we must.
Good day. Gav will be back soon. I should get some rest while I can.
Not back a blink and you're already off solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work. Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
Not a stole us. All right. I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
What could Gav have thought worthy of a letter?
Perhaps I should just have Blackthorn make me a new one.
Have we any more knuckle pies?
Oh,
Have you been to the toll? I hear a new shingle's just arrived. Oh, no.
Otto was here earlier with a letter from Gav. He left it on your desk. What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kupka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance, the one we've been waiting for.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an icon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but...
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
He did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima.
Бляха, не встиг.
If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does. To a world without mother crystals. is it?
And so the North is lost.
I knew that the blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace. But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more. The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
Master Clive, a moment, if you... my apologies, I didn't mean to... intrude.
Not at all. We were just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well. What would make Martha leave the rest? What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
You think this was planned?
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastpool, the Empire's been tightening its grip round the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers. Naturally, old Martha could see the...
And now she's fallen into the hand.
A couple of curse breakers are already on their way. They should speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is...
Don't worry, Otto.
Of course.
Charles.
Welcome back, Sid.
Damn blighted bit.
Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, the lake water does. That's one way of putting it. That slurry will keep eating away at the timber, like assuming we had any. Doubt the old tub's got more than a dozen runs.
Of course, a little skiff is our only
Well, to make pitch. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell off, and it just so happens.
Sounds easier than... Easier than felling a forest, I said. Trees don't have teeth. Can't imagine Obelisk needing any more than this. Time to head home.
Well?
Find his...
Ugh! Reeks like a chocobo's arse.
Argo.
Yeah. Same as me old man.
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
Imperials.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
Let's get you to a physical, shall we?
I'm sorry.
Sid? What said you'd be coming?
I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help, and it appears he was right.
They're saying the Imperials ascended like a storm. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but judging by their tracks, they had...
To the Abbey, sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. I don't know how big this is.
You do this.
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up. Look. Up ahead. Martha. that.
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something.
Tell us what happened.
What happened?
The Black Shields.
The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers. Poor souls turned.
Then, Martha.
I think so.
Black Shields? Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria. They fought to defend all her citizens.
Seems a step too far, even for the Empire.
Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
Colluding with the... And for their crime. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn.
How dare you speak those words?
Clive.
This won't take long. Is that all of them?
I think so. I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive.
Found her.
The abbot.
The bearers died protecting him. Calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The cuttings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved. Tell Matt.
Sid! Where are you?
In here!
Clive. He's gone.
We've laid the abbot to rest. The bearers.
No, they didn't. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on the...
Arthur said they rose from their beds.
I've gathered the bearers' remains.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust.
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Do you think it's spotted us, Torgal? What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball.
Нихуя себе, блядь. Тупо ваншот. Окей. Цікаво, скільки у мене хп було.
No turning back. didn't see that coming. That must be the bridge. So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
No one survived then.
I'm sorry. Before he passed,
Doesn't mean I won't. Cole said you cast their remains, but it should have been me.
how?
But I did. The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descent. I assumed it was all just nonsense. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make...
And in ordinary times you would have been right. Which begs the question. My mother obviously has a hand in this.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head's a job for someone with more time on their... If those Imperials think they can... Oh, before I forget, Astola, he asked me to tell you...
Then we must as well.
We can stay longer if you...
No need. I'll be ready should the...
Best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
Try not to move. No one will make troubles.
Oi! You and... Of course you are. Now, question is...
Our chocobos.
You heard me right. And not just any choc. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest...
Chocobos.
It's true. Why, they say... Oh, go on, then. There's a good lad.
Where can I...
I saw him cut across the way over... You save Whiteheart and her, and don't worry.
I'm sure...
And good luck to you.
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a chocobo. A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Speaking of brave birds, looks like they went that way. These chocobos aren't going down without a fight.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh. And why is that?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her. All right, then. You're safe now. White Heart, I presume. Do you know her, boy? That scar. It couldn't be. Ambrosia. It is you. You survived. And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! Is it over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, are you saw and the whole...
Thankfully, they did.
Well, I'll be. No, I dare reckon our feathered friend must have... Bird like her would have cost a...
Well...
Oh, no, sorry, I didn't...
What is it, girl?
She wants her mat. Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. Oh, Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
Ah, if you... Oh, I'll be sad to see you, don't you worry. You hear that, White Hart? That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you?
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Anyhow.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you. Come on.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Where's Gav?
That broom's as ragged as...
So Martha's all right.
Ah, my favorite pupil. What is it that you wish to learn? Here you are. Of course. One must understand one's place in the world. Of course. One must understand one's place in the world. Very good.
That broom's as ragged as goat's.
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
Ah, Clive! Oh, I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Well, the two nations beat their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the mother crystals. Four mother crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rosfield.
Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune. Along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
What are we waiting for, indeed?
You think it's all right to touch him? Won't be long now, Martel. Sid, I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just...
It's good to know there's something of the...
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when I took it on, you see, after she... Well, and not only is it ready, it's actually...
Impressive.
I thought this first art you couldn't take... Oh, she always had a soft spot for that lot. Here you go. You hear that, Martel?
It's not
Did you come through the forge today? It smells like a still. Would explain black... Seems foul mood. All that pounding must be splitting his skull.
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
That room's as ragged as...
You two look like you could use some...
Martel.
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was.
Aye, and brave as a bane might.
These aren't those apples, are they? She'd have been proud.
A gift from the back.
Blimey, these take me. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd have them right from the branch, made Mark.
That sounds like the...
Planning on keeping that locked. Hang on. I'm glad to see someone carried I reckon should be happy knowing all. Clive, tell them...
Well, you can leave the basket with me. I'll see.
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone. The curse breakers sent... They were clearly...
They remembered her. I suppose she was very kind. Even to a tongue-tie, she put everything into her work. When she died, I named a sapling.
And through you.
I didn't do anything, really.
By the way...
Of course not. No. They like your fruit, Martel?
think it's all right to touch him?
I hear there's trouble in this area.
That broom's as ragged as...
So Mather's all right.
Yep. What's the matter, Nectar? The hunt board. It's where the curse breakers post sightings of just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted. Right. The people of Valisthea are last thing they need is ungodly fiends, and perhaps I can. I don't think so.
And how may I assist you today? How may I help you today? One must understand one's place in the world. Very good.
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Oh. And Sid, he's still with us too. Anything catch your eye? Seen enough?
Oh, Clive!
The patron's whisper. Does that mean...
Oh, no, that's still me. It's just Karen has a... I still catalogue every item that arrives. Come to claim your just desserts? All yours. Here you are. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
How far do you... Your mother's reach extends. Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should... hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Careful.
Let's go.
Faster!
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you!
Jill, look.
Rosaria. Would we,
Of course, your lordship.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village?
Then they must be...
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There've been attacks. The Empire wants answers.
Don't they, Chuck?
Keep your ears open, eh? You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. You seen him?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shield. At least I think there was.
Was this the first?
If only we were.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know.
How'd you get it?
But we need to find out.
2 more left to join the garrison this very moment.
This way, there'll be none left to help.
Greetings, friend.
I know that.
We couldn't help noticing those
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this. You are to leave Amber.
May I at least ask?
I don't know who you are or what. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great. Some might call it submission. But if this village will not,
Then we shall be on our... These people live with a knife to their throat. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my...
Obedience bought...
Are you all right?
Sorry, we still don't know who the Black Shield...
Well, whoever that other than Martha. A new ally would certainly be welcome. Perhaps the next village will yield more... Run like the wind. This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Ever since the apology tree, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
Who do you think is waking them? The mother crystals collapse?
I have an idea.
Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia. More of my mother's men.
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay.
The black sheep.
You know who. Why then? We. To dwell in darkness.
Say that again. I'll show you a true Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Your friends have been found. They await you.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
We're approaching Newark Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
Faster!
That'll do, girl.
Didn't happen to come by way of Oldhill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the dogs just
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
I'm hungry.
Ready, go?
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better. That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Let us pass! My children are starving!
Have mercy.
Voice-rinse dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
More than enough for
Yeah, fuck off!
Hang you chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all!
I said, where were you, filth? Back to your sties! We'll cut you down where you stand!
Just try it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought this... Was that the only way?
Officially, yes. My uncle once told me that the nobles had... a Lazarus. We'll find our way into...
If you're sure, do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for. This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not abandoned, then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out. Not.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Huh? Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord. But in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we.
Make ready.
This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
Archduke's son.
Allow me to tend to your needs, my lord. It has been an honor.
Tell us nothing fancy. Sensing an opportunity to... This will allow us to wait while the Black Shields have an advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough. Now...
But until we arrive there...
So wait.
Very good.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade.
There is but one thing which will putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Sideways.
How was the Black Shield?
Come along now.
We'll find another bridge.
The bastards are lucky I get them.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
What is it now? I told you! We bear a message for the Vice. Ha! That a pair of could guard aught. Die! For us area!
For us area!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Varuna!
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battles for them.
The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm frightened.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Finish him.
Get him!
It's over.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. We sent every last... Perhaps this will be enough.
Perhaps. She'll move swiftly.
And then it will... I often wonder if the nation we once knew is a field's rot. We battled to preserve the flame, yet be that as it may. For as long as the Firebirds and her loyal subjects may dream of a day...
So wait,
think we should fall back to Porter's a sound strategy, my lord.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. And had I known of this tunnel back then...
I suppose a formal request.
And appearances, were the Vice-Regency to catch wind, where he would be of no... And so, though it sickens him to the soul, it is why he remains ever vigilant.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have some... It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my... If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you.
Thank you, Sir Wayne. If there is ever...
I know.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right to guess, my uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him, and means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint and the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Why then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Deadlands wouldn't be half as bad without all the bloody dust.
Clive. So, what'll it be? Anything else?